Go.
Go.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. How you doing? I'm going to leave Mikey to open it this week.
Me?
Yeah.
No, it's not my challenge. It's yours.
No, it's Justin's.
Oh, is it? Was this Justin's challenge?
Yeah, mine was last week.
Oh, okay, Justin. It's your challenge then.
Oh, do I do the introduction then?
Makes sense.
Well, no, but I thought Mikey was going to do the introduction, and then he was going to hand it over for you to tell your challenge. But as usual, our very well rehearsed plan.
Oh, that well rehearsed plan.
Yeah.
Would somebody poke Sawyer and wake him up? Would you?
Why's that?
Just wake him up and let him know what's going on.
Welcome, everybody, to the Paddy Pals podcast. I'll just take over. You see, this is why I talk so much. You're very welcome back. And today and this week, we're going to be doing another challenge. It's a 3-knife challenge. There is a topic, but I'm going to leave that to Justin. Myself and Mikey will then follow along. And we picked 3 knives, and we sort of picked scenarios for each knife. Or not scenarios, what we use that knife for each one. And we'll talk a bit about that. There's a surprise thing at the very end of it. No, that's the wrong word. There's a disgusting thing that's going to happen after we've discussed the 3 knives. It's something that I am totally appalled at, but it was Justin's pick, and we have to follow along with that. You've probably guessed what it is, but I'm doing my due diligence. I'm going to do it properly.
He's following the rules, which is makes a nice change.
It does, yes. Kitty's corner will be at the end of the 3 knives. So,
very welcome.
Any news this week? Any nice new knives you got? You want to show off, boys?
Well, I picked up a couple over the weekend. I picked up a nice old Petty and Sons peach pruner.
All right. That's a nice skinny one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is going to be quite old, this one. It looks like walnut to me. Studying the wood quite close. So this is a little peach pruner. Stainless steel webs on it. But really nice piece of wood. Nice half stop as well on it, which I quite liked as well. You can see that walnut there, can't you?
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah. Not sure how old it is. Petty and Sons haven't been going for like a long time because it says Petty and Sons Cutlers on it as well. So.
And where'd that one come from, Mikey?
This one came from via Facebook page, I think it was. It wasn't anything.
Were you not away with Slippy and Sean last weekend?
I was indeed.
Did you not get anything then?
Yeah, I got a few bits and bobs and sods. Yeah.
Show us a good ones.
That is a good one. That's a great one.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just said show us a good ones.
Did I can't even think what I picked up now.
Very demanding, Mikey, isn't he?
I know. I can't.
Imagine coming onto a live show and expecting people to have knives that they bought this week with them. That's ridiculous. I am just a pig.
Is this your excuse for like knife news now? Is it because you can't think of anything and you haven't done any research of like any new knives that have come out? So you're just trying to pick on me.
Yeah,
Mikey,
let's slander the group.
This is what happens. You see, this is what he calls cheering them up and making and giving them a laugh. Is opening giving him an opportunity to have a dig at us. That's all it is. That's all it is.
For those that don't know, I've been ill for the last. Well, I'm just getting over it slightly. Last weekend, myself and the wife took this bug that's about with diarrhea and projectile vomiting it was about 2.5 days. We had it for, and it was just horrendous and completely flu. At one stage on Monday, I actually rang the doctor, the out-of-doors doctor, to see about whether Sally needed to go to hospital. I was that worried. We were delirious at one stage, just that bad. So yeah, it's been a rough few days. So I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, would you tell your face that, Stephen? Please.
No. I've lost too much weight.
Oh no, there's plenty of spare weight to be lost. So don't worry too much about it. You're looking like $1 million, mate.
Well,
$1 million.
nearly half a stone in a 5-day period is just ridiculous.
Well, you know what that means, though. I mean, that means that you're going to have to make up the weight in new knives.
Do you know, I haven't bought a thing either. Well, no, that's a
No, that's why you're deflecting it on me.
yeah.
There we go.
I did buy a camping pot.
All right, moving on swiftly. So,
There we
knives. No, that's not a knife. That's not a knife. I'd rather see a sack.
go. And it's
Yes.
got it.
And he's gone. Right, Mikey,
Right.
where were we?
So I got this lovely Joseph Rogers bunny knife.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's back. Look, he's back.
Show us again, Mikey.
I can't get on with this format. I can't.
That's perfect.
I'm looking at the screens. It's
That's
just in case I'm moving it around and I feel seasick.
There we go.
Jesus.
You just hold the knife still, he'll go around you.
That's what it feels like.
That's
So,
a
yeah,
really nice knife, that one.
Yeah, it's quite I'd say it's probably a 90s, maybe an 80s one. Nice action on it. Had a factory edge on it as well, still. So
What
picked
is
that one up.
Is that ebony?
No, I think it's the type of plastic that they used.
Oh, right, yes.
To be fair, but it hasn't shrunk and it's in really good nick.
Looks like a nice sweet tight knife. What's the pull on that?
The pull, probably about 7.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect for the everyman, or slightly less than real man.
I picked up a CK electrician's knife as well. Quite an old one.
Was the market as good as what you thought it was going to be, or?
We picked up some nice bits, but we didn't. There wasn't loads there. There wasn't as much there as there had been previously, apparently.
Right.
So we picked up a few bits and bobs each. Come the end of the day, poor Sean hadn't bought a thing, and then we went back to one of the first stalls that we went to, and the guy had got some more bits out, and he managed to buy sort of like 4 knives right at the end of the day, kind of thing, including a really nice old 1986 case in the box.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, he did well in the end. I picked up a really old pruner knife, probably from about 1900, but that's with Slippy at the moment because he's cleaning it up for me. He's doing like a refurb on it.
Nice.
Very good of him.
Very nice of him, yeah. I think he's done a short on it.
How many bags of knives did Slippy buy?
Not loads, no. I think on the first day he might have bought 2 or 3. On the second day he bought 2 or 3. Yeah.
Right.
There was knives there, but there wasn't lots of great ones, but there was a few bargains. I picked up a really nice Wenger Soldier 1995, absolutely mint, perfect, and that was 20 quid.
Oh, that's a bargain there.
Yeah.
They probably go for about 60 quid now, do they?
Probably, yeah. I mean, 95 one as well.
That'll be someone's buy sack as well, so that'll be a birthday sack.
It will be, yeah. So, so we like didn't pick up loads and loads, but that's not. We were trying to stop getting the loads and loads. We were trying to avoid the pen knives and go more for the pocket knives, and good ones and ones that we wanted, not ones that were really good price. So we just bought them.
Mrs. Naked Sean sent Matt bought boxes. All right, they're handy as well if you have got the knives.
He bought some lovely storage boxes, like the old cutlery boxes, like the wooden ones.
Yeah,
because he's revising his storage situation.
Yeah, he's ripped them all out and he's lined them with some nice felt, and now he's got all his knives in there, and they look really well. They look really good.
Good.
Very cool. Very cool indeed. Right. So is that knife news up, or what passes for knife news these days?
Did you buy anything, Justin?
No, what I haven't been really buying anything.
I came into my knife room yesterday. It was the first time since last Thursday. I haven't even wanted to come in until yesterday. So
I've been exploring different different carry options. So I got another Viper Raid leather one. Now Griff is probably going to swear under his breath, saying that this is a piece of crap and everything like that. And compared to his work, it is. But I was just looking for something to accommodate my new torch fetish at the minute, flashlight fetish, and also do a knife and a pen. There's your standard EDC. But it was sort of exploring the belt carry options as well, just to have something nice and compact. It's a nice enough wee thing. It's cheap as chips. With Slippy's 10% discount, it was about 13 quid. So you can't go far wrong with leather.
That's not bad at all, is it?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it'll take a wee bit of more wet forming to get it to go into a recognizable shape, because that's the only thing about it, I think, is the leather's nice enough and soft enough and everything, but it's just it's shapeless, completely shapeless. There's no nice polished ridges or edges.
Well, it's not made for a particular knife, is it? It's made for any knife that you want to put in it. So
exactly.
Can you take that clip off the back, or is it permanently on there?
No, it's permanently on there, because that's what I was looking for. It wasn't really I'm not a big fan of pocket slips. And if I'm carrying a pocket slip, I have it on a what do you call them? The dangler clips. Clip onto the edge. So it's because a pocket slip just falls to the bottom of my pocket, and it's just extra weight as opposed to the weight of the knife. I like it to stay upright in the pocket, and I'm still talking about knives here, by the way.
And it also doesn't pull down on your pockets, does it? When it's on a clip, like the weight's distributed, as opposed to just being a lump in the bottom of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was talking the other week about I had to buy that wee knife off you, the skeletal, because I'd lost my PS squirt.
Have you found it?
Yeah. Guess who had my PS?
Is that always the way?
Was it the missus?
It was the missus had it in one of her bags. There's my PS squirt. It's back again.
He's got it back. Look, he's all happy. Look.
To be honest, I prefer the one that I got off Justin. What was that? The skeleton?
No.
Style.
Yes. Yeah, style.
Yeah, style. And I love it, to be honest, on the keys. There's no knife on it, but I always carry that Rosecraft Carabunga, or whatever you call that. You know, the wee one?
Awanata.
That's the same thing. There's an A in it.
The one that you went through the airport with and got all the way through.
Yeah, it's special. So I have it, and I have that skeletal, or the whatever it is, style on my keyring, and I'm just gonna keep this in my pocket, because I always used to carry it in a wee dangler in my pocket, which is.
Does the style not have a blade on it, Justin?
No,
it's TSA approved, so it's TSA approved in terms of TSA, but I'm not going to risk trying to bring it. I've had one too many experiences.
You've had a bad dose of that one, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. Because as soon as it goes through, they'll say, "Oh no, you can't take pliers through." What? What?
Why would you need pliers on the plane, though?
Well, but they're more like I don't know. They're more like massive pincer, tweezers than they are pliers.
The next time we're going to England, I'm taking it through, and I will probably get sent away because I'm not letting them take it off me. I'm going to say no. I'll fight you for it. It's dead simple. I said it's TSA approved. If you haven't read the book, then go and read it now and come back to me. Just make sure I get in my flight, or I'll be taking extra case out on you.
Justin, I'm glad you're flying with him.
Oh no! I'll probably hand him his boarding pass and then move swiftly on.
Also, a while ago, I had to buy a new Victorinox Swiss card.
Ooh!
Guess what else she found in her bag?
Your old one.
But
is it a different one?
She's lost the scissors.
You can buy them separately.
I bought a new Swiss card.
But you can buy the scissors as well separately for the Swiss cards.
I have a knife.
Okay.
No, but it offends me when you don't have a complete Swiss card.
Yeah, I know. There's something missing there.
Yeah.
OCD.
Justin will give me a pair of knives, so that'll fix that. He'll not be able to stand me carrying that, knowing that there's no scissors in it.
Yeah. No, yeah, no. And
Exactly.
here's AMB's advice, Stephen. Stephen, I think this advice will fall on deaf ears because when he picks a fight, there's no talking him out of it. It really isn't.
But no, it's just I don't see why these people are allowed to get away with it. I just don't understand. I'll forego a bloody weekend just to be right. I mean, I don't have much. I don't have much time left in life to be right, and I'm going to use this time as a pensioner to bloody just stick it up them.
Well, but here's the thing, and I noticed the last time I was traveling, was that you're not right because the trouble is, no, don't interrupt because nobody knows who's right. Nobody knows who's right because every airline that you travel with has different rules. And then those rules don't even correspond with the airport rules because the airport is the ones who decide what goes through and what doesn't. And those rules, I don't even know, I don't think they understand the law or the rules or even common sense.
They
They
make
just
it up as they go
they toss
along.
a coin.
Yeah, they just make it
I
up as they go along.
agree. I agree with you 100%. But if somebody doesn't stand up to them and say, here it is, cause enough fuss, cause enough bother, and if they take it off me, I go to the complaints ombudsman and I say, here's what it is. This is the TSA rules. How can they take my money? 60 quid off a pensioner because they haven't read the rules. That's what I sort of get the stuff.
Meanwhile, Justin's up on the plane ordering his first cup of tea.
That's all
Absolutely.
right.
Or
It's all right.
actually,
My fights never last long anyway. I'm too old. I'll be up there in 10 minutes.
given the fact that I've got rid of him and he's making someone else's life a misery, it'll be champagne, not tea. Anyway, should we actually do the show now, or have we?
Go on then.
Boy, he's impatient tonight.
He's raring to go, isn't he?
No, actually, everybody seems to be getting into this now. I mean, I think we could kick off a whole argument about traveling with unbladed and legal items. And anyway, Stephen, you can't bloody complain because you got away with the Alanata both ways last time.
Exactly, and I got bloody searched. I got video scan or whatever that scanning machine.
Yeah,
and I still walk through with a real knife.
Anally probed 4 times.
Yeah, and who did they take the stuff off me?
Yeah, but you've got one of those faces.
Yeah,
I know. I just look naturally guilty.
Yeah, you just look like trouble.
Yeah, he does. He's the wee small angry one, in the corner.
The wee small angry one. Yeah.
You were the one getting angry, and it wasn't even your stuff.
Yeah, but it's just like the show. We just shut up.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to move on,
Step
but at
away.
the same time, you can't help but appreciate him standing up for me because he was ready to have a go. I had to hold him back.
It was bloody ridiculous. These people are just. I mean,
I always say, don't carry anything you're not prepared to have taken off you.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared to lose it, don't carry it to the airport. Where's he gone? What's he doing? Is he getting a bat?
Power bank. Somebody asked to see a power bank.
Oh no! This is not the power bank show. Power bank. Power bank.
Power bank.
Where's that really big one? Oh, he's just got to get that. Look.
This isn't the power bank.
This is a power bank.
This is a power bank.
Right.
No, I'm not going to get it.
This is not the power bank you're looking for.
I'm not going to get it. I'm not that childish. Just because mine's bigger than your two.
But we want to see it now because it's so impressively large.
It's underneath all that stuff. I don't like you enough.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I tried to get him to show his power bank.
And what else? Sorry. Oh, just on the grumpy old man thing. Do you remember I had sciatica last week? It only just left me yesterday. So there you go.
My dad's down with it as well, Stephen. So sympathy.
Oh, he got sympathy, did he?
No, he didn't get any sympathy, especially not from my mum, because he's 91 years old. And you know how he got sciatica? He was up a ladder, sanding down the boards of the roof.
What a man!
And then he got down. And got down and said, "Oh, my back's a wee bit sore, but I better mow this lawn, but with a massive petrol lawnmower before I sit down and relax it and relax."
You reckon I could hire him out to come out and do my painting?
91
Actually, you know
years
what?
old.
It wouldn't take much.
I'd still pay him to come round.
Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant.
Take it as long as you like. Here's a brush.
Yep, that could be his next activity.
There you go. Come on, Justin, are you going to start this or what?
I think we're 20. We've stalled for 20 minutes, so I suppose we could do it now. Okay, that's very quickly. Without further ado, we're gonna bring out some bling. We're going to show you some shiny things, some nice so-called gentlemen's or gentleperson's knives, hoity-toity smart. What's my fancy schmancy
I would
knives?
call it a smart carry. You know, just
Smart
when.
carry.
Yeah, just a nice smart carry. It can be for any kind of gentleman's occasion. You know, strip clubs. Anything. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What we were talking about was what would you choose if you were invited to a wedding and you were all going all full suited and booted? What would you choose? What would you choose to take with you? That was the starting point, and then we all went off on one in terms of inventing our own different scenarios. So I'm sure Mikey will will go with his. I, of course, have been chosen. I have to choose a knife to receive a knighthood for my services to the knife and EDC community.
Do you mean to the Victorinox and multi-tool community?
To the Victorinox and multi-tool and knife community, because it's all the one big family, Mikey.
No. I'm afraid it's not. Stephen, tell him. There's the knife community, and then there's the children.
A better
Yeah.
word.
Oh, yes. Sorry, the knife community and the children. Yes. Well, we're gonna cover the whole family in this.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do, Mikey, I'm going to ask you to go first. Show us your first knife and give us why and wherefore of your first shiny knife.
Well, I went to a wedding last year. I was best man, and I took I took a nice knife. I thought I'd take a nice Sheffield Barlow in oak with a worked back spring. It was made by Michael May, and I managed to lose it.
Yay!
What?
Yeah, my only Michael May. It was a really good one. It had a nice action on it, perfectly centered, lovely knife. Lost it, probably on the dance floor. I was a wee bit drunk. I was a little bit drunk.
Mikey on a dance floor.
So I was thinking I'll start it off with like the wedding carry. I think for me now, and this has only been like a recent thing, something fancy has got to be British made slip joint fancy back spring. Just so it's a talking point. So if you are gonna just reach into your pocket and just pull out your knife, if you've got cut a piece of cake. Let's say that you know. So I thought this would be a nice knife like wedding, but I don't want to lose it. So this is a George Walstenholme Stockman. It's in very feathered buffalo.
It is stunning.
Like seriously feathered, and that normally you get one side. This has got
that's beautiful.
two, and this is. Are you ready?
Oh,
stunning!
That to me, I thought, and it's even got a little bit of working on the tops of the blades. Can you see that? Only about half an inch.
That's
perfect. It's got a nice long nail nick as well. So if you've had a few beers, you can still open the blade and cut your bit of cake. Look.
Lovely.
So
that's what I would call a gentleman's knife. That is beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, this knife's way too good for me, but I've got it anyway. So tough.
No, Mikey, that knife is just equal to you. It is beautiful.
Look at the buffalo on it.
It's fantastic.
And I love the fact that both sides in this case, I love the fact that both sides are different.
Yeah, they are different, but both really nice. I mean, that's obviously my favourite side because it's got so much going on. But that in itself would be a gorgeous scale.
Absolutely. No, that is lovely.
And I thought, you've got your I mean, you've got that blade as well, which is really handy, really nice shape. So you don't have to pull out a big blade. You can just pull out a small blade. Still got
And
the
is that in the
works.
stainless, Mikey?
This is stainless, yeah.
Would you carry that in your pocket or with a sheath, Mikey?
I reckon I thought I would probably have it in a slip.
Yeah.
Mainly because when it's in a slip, it feels a lot more substantial and I'm less likely to lose it. But also, if you've got keys or coins or something in your pocket, you don't want to get it banged. Like you don't want to bang up those scales, do you?
No.
Those scales don't
Absolutely
deserve
not.
to be treated badly.
No. It's beautiful. That's nearly worth like a popover clip, or you know the one with the wee you slip
With
the
a
leather
little flap
down
over the
behind it.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I would nearly be looking for that.
Because you see the working
It's
there
beautiful.
on the blade as well. It's just really, it's just such a beautiful knife.
It is.
It really is. And was this one of your discoveries at the famous Sheffield shop, Mikey, or was
It
it?
was indeed, yeah.
Wow.
This was one of the first times where I found out Jane had knives that weren't on display.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you are one of the preferred customers, one of the
And you didn't have to kill anybody for it?
no. So I got to see this, and I was like, I've got to have it. This was my most, and no, it's not anymore. But this at the time was the most I'd spent on a Sheffield slip joint.
Wow.
Worth
Should
every
we
dollar.
ask how much?
180. It was
180. You have to say it like Dr. Evil.
180.
I mean, let's be honest, your average GEC
That's what I
is that
thought.
price. And it can't be that, you know, to get that sort of quality and just the materials, that everything about it being, and look at that. Oh, that spay is gorgeous.
It's got some lovely belly on it as well, so it can actually use it.
It drops down. It's gorgeous spay. That's a beauty.
That is a nice one, actually. It's so unusual because the dimensions are all weird.
I had to have it. I just had to have that one. And I think this was the knife that probably got me kicked off on Stockman's.
Right.
Because since I bought this knife, I have picked up quite a few Stockman's, and so has Stephen as well. But yeah.
I've got into Stockman's this year more than any. Well, I wasn't really a Stockman person.
Neither was I, and it wasn't planned. I was Barlow's, I was at Sodbusters, but I've got some lovely Stockman's now.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm very happy with the Stockman's I got.
So that would be my. I mean, it's coined, it's worked, it's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it is really.
So
nice.
that would be my wedding carry again for the next wedding where I'm just going as a guest or the best man or a yeah.
Well, it'll hardly be your bloody wedding, would it?
Exactly.
Well, look, go ahead. No, I think that's the perfect first choice. What a gorgeous knife to start with.
And that is a perfect one. Stephen, do you want to go next then?
Yeah. Would you like me to stick? I've got a wedding carry as well, and I feel that it's sort of not as equal, but it's as nice a knife for a wedding that I think. And I am going to show you this beautiful one that I've just got recently. This is in mother of pearl, which has so much life in it, which I'm not going to get on here. But the colors in this, Justin has seen this live. It is bouncing with colors. It's not coming across. But this is a Shatton Morgan doctor's knife, they called it. Now, I don't know why they called it that, because it's got a rounded bottom. Now, the only thing I can say about it is that it's not a flat bottom, but it is completely enclosed. So you could actually use it if you wanted it. But I think it was more just a name than anything else. It was the blade that looked at, and I just think this is stunning. It really is just a business.
That is an absolutely beautiful knife. I don't really see it as a doctor's knife.
No, it's more like it's nearly a slim cap Barlow. I mean, it really is.
It's like a slim Barlow to me, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is just an absolutely stunning. It was, I know there wasn't that many of them made in this mother of pearl, because like mother of pearl now is, and when I bought this, I bought a couple recently of mother of pearl again, because now I don't know whether it is getting older, and it really appeals to me because it's such a hard material for a knife maker to use, you know, to not wreck. I mean, they probably do damage quite a lot just making one knife. So I can see why it's not used now in the modern era where everything's cost effective. But I just think, oh, it's just a beautiful. And like, even if you wanted to use this, if you're going to a wedding, what a lovely steak knife to take out.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be beautiful to take out with your silver service. And
it'd be like a nice talking point as well, wouldn't
it
it?
would, I mean, even if you wanted to cut up a scone, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get a scone.
I know someone who does that quite a lot.
I was just about to say exactly the same thing. It's a classic scenario,
Yeah.
Stephen. You can't go wrong. But what I was actually going to say is that's a perfect knife. A little bit short, but I think it's got a long, elegant spear. That would perfect. That would fit
I mean,
perfectly for
this
cutting a
is not
wedding
that
cake.
short. This is a four-finger knife.
There you go. But it's
I mean,
perfect for cutting a slice of wedding cake, mate.
what's the
Absolutely.
blade? It's just over 2.5 inches cutting edge, and just literally just under 3 inches back to thick. So it's not a short. It's skinny, but it's not a small blade. It's perfect for anything. Like
Really
a
is.
steak knife would be perfect. Scones, as you say. The only thing is not great for buttering a scone, but then you use a spoon for your scone, don't you?
Oh, well, I mean, you go straight to the jam. You forget about the butter.
Yeah.
What about the cream? It's all about the cream.
Not after the jam, Mikey. Are you mad? You're from Devon.
So yeah, this honestly, it's one of the nicest knives in my collection.
Yeah, it is beautiful, and you're 100% right, Stephen. The colors popping off that
Oh,
mother of pearl are
yeah, I wish I could
outstanding.
get them to show it, but oh, here I haven't got half my lights on.
Do you
Maybe I
know
will.
what though? And this was a hard learned lesson, right? So you do want to carry these knives, and you're not going to carry them very often, but you've got to
No,
be careful that you don't lose them because when you do lose them, it's hard going.
see, it's really. I have never. Well, I'm sure I've lost one or two when I used to do a lot of camping, but I
Yeah.
can't remember the last time I lost. I lose them in the house, and it's the end of the world. I go out saying, I've lost a bloody knife, and Sally says, not lost, you just misplaced it.
I've only lost two knives. The first one was probably 35 years ago, and that was the second one. So it's not something that I do often, but I had to lose a good one, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Most of us don't lose that many knives, but the thought of losing one is the scariest thing out there.
Especially when you're taking one of your favourites out, one of
Yeah,
your real
exactly.
spenny sort of
Yeah,
ones that you can't replace. That's the
yeah.
thing. If you can't replace it, that hurts.
That's the thing. The whole day is spent, talking to people, having a wee drink, having something to eat, and then every 5 minutes you're going,
Do you know what? Do you know what? I did that. I did that for the whole night, and I'm sure it was there just before I went up to my room. I'm sure it was there for the whole night.
Should we delve further about what happened?
No, let's not. Moving on swiftly. Who's next?
I just think, did you check your wallet as well?
I had my wallet. Yeah.
Was there money left in it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, are you sure? I just think
Yeah.
they were rolled.
I didn't take a wallet. I took a money clip.
All right, and you still had. Yeah, I thought you'd been mugged and rolled, because somebody ended up back in your room and all. You never know.
Anyway.
Moving swiftly on.
It was Elan.
No, because he'd never let you out of the room.
Also true.
We have had a Sawyer, of course, is kicking it up down in the chat, and I mean, as usual, he's making complaints about the quality of our knives not cutting it. So just because I am
a knife's not cutting it. What do you mean?
Well, apparently, you see what it did there, Mikey. If he wants Ashley Harrison, boys,
he's angry. He gets angry, doesn't it? Oh, what?
We'll bloody well give him Ashley Harrison, shall we?
What happened to that one?
Oh, look at that.
That's Larry.
Isn't that pretty?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. It
Depends
is.
what you like.
It's yeah, it's lovely.
Not your cup of tea, Mikey?
Just be careful, Mikey.
No, um,
Mike,
they're
bring it up against
fantastic.
Stephen because I
I'm
want to.
going to order one, so we've all got one.
Yeah, bring it up against Stephen because I want to draw the attention to the differences. Oh, is he frozen?
No, he's there.
Oh, there you go.
He's holding it up.
So, oh, Stephen's internet's
You're
acting up a
frozen.
wee
I'm
bit
not.
funny.
When did you get these made? Are these quite old?
These are about 3 years now.
Right. Okay. I'm glad. Yeah, because I don't recall seeing them much. To be fair,
No. These, yeah,
because
yeah,
that I
I
would
read
have,
this about
I
3 or
would have
4 years
remembered.
ago.
These
And
are special occasion
this
knives.
and that's the difference between Stephen's and mine. Stephen, can you, if I zoom in on yours,
Yeah.
can you bring that up?
So did you get these made when you went to like Thailand together, or?
No, this is Ashley
We wish.
Harrison.
Look at
These
that.
are
Isn't that
Ashley.
beautiful?
And his dad, that was the first time we got his dad to do up the center for us, and Ashley done the file work.
Yeah.
And his dad done the chasing up the back, and I just love this. Is just it's the clip point again. It's just to die for.
Fantastic. And I have actually brought this one to a wedding. I mean, I brought this to my niece's wedding about 3 years ago, I think it was. And it was a real talking point because it's such a gorgeous knife. But this one came about. This was one of Ashley's early ones, and it was the first time he did abalone.
Oh, right.
He stuck it on Instagram, and I was this was the second Ashley. I think this is the second Ashley I ever had, and he stuck it on Instagram, and I was the first one to get in. Don't know how I got that lucky. Got in first, and he sold it to me. And do you know what he said to me, Mikey? And the usual one, he said, "Justin, not a problem, but I'm not overly happy with it because there's a wee crack on the abalone round the pin."
Right.
I've studied this. I can't find the bloody crack.
He made Tony Tenshed's a replacement knife for the missing Michael May and that, but he said it's okay, you know. But the knife is absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
he really talked his work down, doesn't he?
But that's Shing done the same thing. Fixed something, told me something that was there that I still know it's there, but I've never gone back to it. I've never gone to look for it again because he was honest enough to say, and it was something that was like 0.5 millimeter out on it. And
I love that. I love the fact that those makers know it's there and they've told you. Most people won't even spot it, but they've been up front and they've said, "Look, I was pinning this. I noticed the little crack."
It made the connection with him very special because I can trust him.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
I had bought a knife off him at Sharp Show this year, and it had to get some repair work done.
That's right.
Yeah, he made an amazing job of it, and that's what getting in contact with your local custom makers that makes a difference.
Building a relationship.
Yeah.
The beauty of it as well is getting to meet him, and you got to like to talk to Shing on the show, and then we got to talk to him at Sharp Show. And you build up that thing, and it's great, and I do like it when they're completely honest because I've seen some knives out there that should never have left the workbench.
No, exactly.
I'm TK's right. I've got the I win this week's misquote of the week, definitely.
Going back in the day, like you're saying about you were lucky to get it. I used to be on the Ashley website maybe 10 times a day, quickly going on just in case he put something up. And I done that for a long
time. Just trying to get one.
I'm embarrassed how long I'd done that for before I built up anything with Ashley. Just to get a knife on there, and I got some fantastic bargains on there.
Yeah. But that's what you got to do, and if you want these, these knives are not always easy to find.
No, and sometimes you just get lucky.
Exactly.
And I mean, as we found out, and I mean, is that Ashley is doing sort of not. He's got to the point now in his making that he's doing regular releases of multiple number run.
Yeah.
regularly every month. So definitely. Whereas beforehand, it was sort of on a drip feed. And you'd see one every now and again as he was trying his hand out. Now he's doing regular releases, and because I mean he's got to that point where he's just so much more confident, and he can get them out there. So if you keep your eye open and if you see them, get in as fast as you can.
And it's usually once a month now. He's maybe doing 5 to 10 knives sometimes. So, I mean, there is a chance if you want them. You just have to put the hours in, like I did. And I mean, people say, can you get me? No, I can't. You just have to build it up yourself.
He's doing runs of 10 now, isn't he? Once a month, because that's literally all he can fit in, because his books are pretty much closed.
His books have been closed for years now. So he really just does it by, maybe if you've bought off him a lot, you'll get preference, because that's just the way business works. Reliable income coming in. He knows that if I make certain knives, certain people will take them off me straight away. Doesn't have to worry about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Don C's asking, Stephen, I mean, single, I'm pretty sure that they're single piece abalone.
Yep, single piece abalone. It was the best piece of abalone I have ever seen in my puff. Look at that.
Yeah.
Normally you get abalone and you can see where it's been joined, but this is single piece, both sides. Absolutely stunning.
Fantastic. It really
You know what? They're two knives that used to don't show very often.
No, and it's funny because and to be honest, Mikey, that was part of my inspiration for choosing this topic.
Right.
Because we don't talk about our show knives, our show stoppers, because we don't use them that often, because we're afraid to take them out.
Yeah, I think there's also a part of that where nobody wants to say, "Look what I've got," and it's, you don't want to be that person that sort of, "Oh, look at this," you know what I mean? It's
maybe a little bit, but I mean, for me, most of my knives I use. So, and I'm not somebody that, even the knives here, I don't polish bolsters 3 times a week and do all. That's just not me. I use most of mine, but my good ones, when I take this out, it will sparkle like a jewel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of the other ones that I'm going to show tonight, they'll just be looked after when they're coming out. It's the only time I'll fuss.
Yeah.
So it's a real privilege to get to show them off, I have to say.
Yeah.
So Mikey, what's your number 2? Thanks for that, and thanks for pushing that one. Slippy, now sit back, fall back to sleep. You've had your option. Yeah, whatever.
So the number 2 was harder to choose, because I could have easily just showed Ashley's all night long. I've become an absolute fanboy, lover of them. Everyone knows that now. He's kind of my number 1 maker. There's, he really is. So now I'm thinking, right, I'm going over to Blade Show again next year. I had a wonderful time with Slippy, TK, and Baxter. We're all planning on doing it again next year. I got to meet a lot of people there, and I felt like what I should have had with me, but I didn't take a lot of knives with me because of the weight of the luggage and stuff, and knowing that I had a lot to bring back. But next year, I want to take some knives to show. So I want to show what the British makers can do.
Yeah.
So I could pick any knife, but I'm going to grab this one just because of the olive wood.
That's beautiful.
So this was Ashley's take on the twisted assisted Lanny's clip, the traditional knife. Look at that blade.
Look at that. Look at that belly.
And we had it chased as well.
Oh, beautiful.
Can I just say, the Lanny's clip is a Tony Bowes. He brought it back in. He bought the...
Yeah. And it's just... So we wanted that knife made, or something very, very similar. We didn't want a lanyard hole. This is a British slip joint, all right? No lanyard holes. But we wanted that deep belly and that lovely 4-finger grip and a deep clip point, and I think he absolutely nailed it. It's such a knife. It really is. We asked for a half stop when we got that as well. The action is phenomenal. It's absolute. We had a little bit of a threading done on the bolster. The olive wood was, because he said, "I'll find you a nice piece of olive wood."
That's the nicest piece of olive wood, I think I've ever seen. It's
And
beautiful.
it looks like honey. It really is. The color of it is just gorgeous. But Mikey, oh, shit, I mean, and it's just see the variations that he's starting to get on his clips.
Yeah,
I mean, we've always said that the Arthur Wright clip, the standard clip on the
it's
Barlow, is one of
wonderful.
the best.
Yeah.
There's another version of the
Exactly, with that big sort of that almost saber
Look at
grind
all
on it.
these clips. Yeah, look at these
Yeah, I
clips.
mean, look at them. And I mean, every single time, and even if we did the Britbuster, that's got its own little version of the.
It's got a different clip. Or the Trapper, which is the one that you've got there, isn't it? And
the
they're all
Trapper
different.
itself. This is one of my favorites, and
It's
I
one
think
of my favourites. But this also, see, I was thinking because I'd only seen the Twisted Assisted in dark, it was in carbon fibre. I was thinking, well, we're going to have a dark handle. We're going to have ebony or like bog coconut. Slippy said to me, olive wood. And I wasn't sure at first. I was like, I don't know. I know it looks good on the standard models. I went, I don't know. And I went, fine, let's just go for it. And I went to pick them up, and there's these lined up there, and I was like, yeah, it works.
it really
It
does.
really, really works. And I just had just like Michael's chasing done on it as well. Just the vibe.
effective. The wood's the talker, in it?
Exactly. I didn't want to make it fancy, like really fancy. I just wanted that and that knife is just phenomenal.
It is. It's beautiful. I mean, Justin bought me mine for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just stunning.
And I thought, so if I was going to take a few knives over, this would be one of them. And just so I can put it in the hands of like me and friends that I've met at like Blade Show and stuff and say, take a look at that. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't, I mean, that is just a perfect example of the Sheffield little messer's art. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, but I there's literally, I could have picked any of them. But I know Sean was really taken with this, really taken with it. I've never seen him smile so much. And I thought that, you know what, we'll go with that one because visually it's got a lot going on.
And like we recently got these ones in a different wood again.
How lovely are they?
Beautiful that wood is in them. It's just beautiful. And then
that's the third Pearl, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just, see, the amount of different woods between the three of us we've got from Ashley and Slippy again, he's another one catching up quickly. I mean, the woods that he gets, he doesn't get them in big quantity, and that's the joy of it. You're not getting a mass-produced knife. He might make a lot of that pattern, but you're getting small batches of wood that he gets, and he just puts it into his work, and it's just lovely.
I've got a lot of them Sheffield knives. I've got a lot of older ones now as well, like vintage ones that are well used and like beaten up. And I've got some Joseph Rogers, and I've got a nice collection of George Walton homes now. But the Arthur Wrights from the standard range right up to the Ashley Harrisons, I just love them.
They're hard to beat. I think they're the benchmark, Mikey, in terms of our personal collecting. I know Slippy and TK would probably say it's part and parcel of theirs as well. But it's a benchmark that's hard to, especially if you're spending money on a knife, you're always gauging it, and at least I am, you're always gauging it in terms of, well, I could get an Ashley for that.
Yeah. So a brand new knife comes out and you get an email from like Heine Haynes, and you just click on the email because you're sat there and it's, it's 150 quid, and you're thinking, do you know what? I can get my knife made to my specs.
We measure everything to the price of an Ashley.
No, but think about it, Stephen. It's now becoming an international currency.
It's like Bitcoin.
Yes.
How many Ashleys have you got?
And let's get back to it. It's that knowing the maker, knowing everybody that works in the factory. And we've met them all now. That's what makes the difference.
That's a huge part of it, a massive part of it. Another smaller part of it for me is I see his knives every few months. They're getting better and better, better and better.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and I can't tell you what it is because it's not like I've got one that's got a gap in it or one with a poor action because I haven't. But they feel.
It's the feel in the hand.
They feel nicer and nicer. But it could, but that could just be me thinking these are me, you know. But
yeah, and it's amazing how many people grip them and say, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah.
you can
It's
tell from their
amazing,
face, can't you?
First
You can
thing,
just tell
Oh,
from their
yes.
face.
yeah, it's the
Yes.
first thing they say.
Yeah, so they go,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Right, Stephen, what's your second one? Thank you, Mikey. Sorry, was there a
That's
closing
all right.
comment?
Go ahead, Mikey.
No, go on. Crack on.
Again, I'm going to follow on from you, Mikey, because my next knife
Is
is
it?
an Ashley Harrison, and I had to have one because exactly what we're talking about, because it's our favorite. It's a British knife, and I've chosen an American and a South African for my other two. This one is obviously American, the Shatton Morgan, but this one is one of the newest one that we got when we were over there. We asked them to make them. Oh, listen to that!
I know.
I just heard that, and I know exactly what you had in your hand.
Now, I love a Barlow, and one of my sayings about Barlow is I always like the bulbous end, and I do, but that is in a working Barlow, and there's a difference between a working Barlow, and I'm going to show that, and this is going to seem strange showing this knife as a working Barlow, because again, this is a new wooden one that I got. There's the difference. And it just shows exactly what I always like. That I always say I like the bulbous end.
Yep. And that
And
Barlow, that's half right.
This one's more like a poker. It's just flat. It fits in your hand. It's actually thinner than this as well. The working Barlows are usually thicker, but that bulbous end is what makes a working knife to this being a gentleman's knife. But I wanted to let people see there's a big difference.
Mm.
A big difference in it. So, and this one, if you're working, you want this in your hand, so you got plenty of it. But if I'm at a wedding and I want to cut something up, or I want to, if I'm anywhere, if I'm at the bowls club, whatever I'm at, I can bring this out, and it looks like an old knife your grandfather would have had, because it's just wood, nickel silver, and a blade, and that's what they were. That was a Barlow. It was just a working knife. But now, when you get something and then you get that on the back of it, I mean, that is just the most beautiful piece of cutlery that I know. It's in lignum vitae, which the three of us have just become a great fan of. It's a beautiful wood. Doesn't float, it's that heavy and dense, but it is stunning on a knife. And each side is slightly different, but the same piece of wood. But I just love this knife. I just think for an occasion where you don't want a big working knife, but you still want that Barlow that I love so much, this is the perfect choice to have. So that was my second one.
That's a great choice, because we've all got those, and they were particularly special when we got them.
Yeah,
absolutely. They were funny. It's funny. Baron said something here, and I think this is so true of all of us.
Yeah.
Where we see a knife and we say, you know, if I got that knife, that would be enough for me. I could finish there. And then you go, well, maybe something with walnut, and then I love something with desert ironwood as well. You know,
Yeah.
there's always the next one.
It
That's
doesn't end, does it? There's no point when you think, oh, you know what? If I get that, if I get that knife, I'm done. I've not heard anybody ever say that.
you know what I want now? A lignum vitae with a swollen end.
No, yeah. Well, I mean,
A clip point with lignum vitae and that big bulbous end on it, and the thicker. Oh,
well, if you're going to order one, just make sure you get one for Lynn as well, okay?
yeah, we just order for 3 every time.
Well, no, we have to include Mrs. Naked Sean as well, because honestly, Lynn, I'm sorry, but I thought I had it in the bag for quote of the night, but I'm afraid you beat me.
But it's exactly what it's a feeling sound. You know what I mean? When you say a bulbous, it's that feeling sound, you know, that most men know. Yeah.
maybe not.
It is.
I'm going to ring it.
Bulbous is so descriptive, and that's exactly what it feels like when you get in your hand.
Very true. It is very.
I like the swell end.
Yeah, swell end. Yeah.
I'm fighting an uphill battle here, guys.
Engorged end.
Yeah. It's amazing. But
What's the word? I can't remember the word. Indulge. Yes,
mummy.
What we got next? Come on.
It's just the mix.
It's
What
a
we're
jar,
gonna
isn't it?
do-
I'm going to ring the changes and
Don't be so harsh.
and bring it. No. Ring the changes just in terms of. And I hate to take it away from Ashley but I think we've reached a high point with Ashley, and I think we need to bring it down to something a little bit more manageable. But just because it's a little bit, it's not quite as high quality or in terms of craftsmanship and maybe even price, that's no reason to assume that it's going to be any less stylish or fitting for a formal occasion or being dressed up for it. And the one I've chosen, and it's funny because I guarantee that you two thought of this knife as well, is
Colour me
one
intrigued.
we have all loved, and I'm talking about everybody in the chat as well.
I've got an idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was right.
Okay. So what we've got here is the Tallahassee Lake from Rosecraft. And
Yeah.
for my money and for anybody's money of less than 60 quid in D2, and as a lovely little gentleman's perfect little stylish carry or lady in your purse or wherever, I think this is an absolutely gorgeous, it's a gorgeous design. The spear on this is just to die for. The color, it's not coming over very well on the camera, unfortunately, but the color on this is absolutely amazing. And I mean, look at that blue.
That was when that knife launched, and I got it in, and I got it in hand because I think I ordered it from Heine Hames. I was wow, wow.
There's the color in real life. Look at that.
Yeah.
And it's small, but it's not small, is it? If you know what I mean.
It's a handful of knife. Okay, I've got small, tiny princess hands, but come on.
It's really capable. It's got a lovely blade on it as well.
Spear point, and it's exactly the same size as an Ashley spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not it just looks small. And I think that's the secret of the design. It's meant to look small, but it's not.
Yeah.
I can get 4 fingers on that wee knife. So, I mean, it's a super, super knife.
It really is. And I mean, Slippy was saying there that he prefers the Cane Creek. And I was torn, to be honest, because the Cane Creek is another absolutely gorgeous knife.
You see, I like the Cane Creek, but I wasn't mad about the deck chair. And then they brought out that one, and that was the one that I should have waited and got because that is fabulous in the wood.
It is. But to be honest, I would always choose the blue one, the Tallahassee, for a formal occasion over the Cane Creek.
Yeah,
really would.
Oh yeah.
Well, you've got that blue with the shield as well, haven't you? It just looks
the shield. Yeah, I think that's it's the shield with it sells it really.
And the colour, that background colour of the blue is it's a piercing blue. You know, it's.
And that's not to take anything away from the Cane Creek because it's the clip on the Cane Creek is unbelievably good. It's just such a sexy clip, brilliant, and it is the wood, as you say, Mikey, and the fact that it is double bolstered, it's got the end cap on it, and it's just a fantastic, another stylish little pocket dropper that it would be perfect for a formal occasion too.
I've got the Cane Creek, which is just for everyday nonsense, and it's a bit of fun. It's bright, it's glary, but it's a beautiful little carry.
Yeah, it really is. And Griff, the Otter Creek is another one that we all like. I don't have the Otter Creek. Stephen, you got the Otter Creek, haven't you?
The Otter Creek, I believe, is the best knife that they've ever made, and I believe that for me, the Tallahassee, or what do you call it? The
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee Lake.
Tallahassee. Oh, we'll get the right consonant.
I think eventually. So far of all the knives I've made, I think this is for me because I'm a Barlow person. I think the Otter
love that.
Creek,
I do love that Barlow, and that Barlow is nice enough to be a nice carry as well.
I agree.
Honestly, you could put that any day as your posh carry.
Yeah, you could.
Look at that knife. You've got the little otter paw on
You've got the otter paw print, yeah.
That clip point with that belly, and I just think that is a stunning, stunning knife. My number one by far of anything that Rosecraft have done.
The
So
blade as well. That
it's
that blade is
really
phenomenal.
cool. I love the way it's just canted enough that it, it fills the hand. It's not maybe bulbous, but it's thick and it's a good sturdy, knife. It's just a great work knife. And with D2, oh man, you're laughing. Listen to that. Look, oh. Yeah.
And TK's right. The deck chair, Cane Creek has its own appeal. I think it's a fantastic wee knife.
For me, it definitely has. Yeah.
It's just for a formal occasion, it's a wee bit too light-hearted, I think, for me anyway. But
it wouldn't be something for a formal, no.
I thought, was it Byron that said about the like the French broadjack?
Yes, the Ward Byron.
Yeah. That is a very nice knife. That's that's got a bit of class about it.
It has, yeah. I mean, it's definitely got
that. It's the Warncliffe, isn't it?
Something different, and it's in this beautiful.
That's the colour as well. That would be the colour. That red bone is red apple bone.
Let me blow that up because that is gorgeous.
And again, you've got the shield jud as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
And
you've got a lovely coloured background, a deep colour. It's
that is just.
See that's a smart knife. It's one of my favourites.
And I mean that's a sad thing. I mean, we had so many knives. I'm really lucky to have so many knives that there should be as a gentleman's knife, or whatever optic you want to put up. We all have knives that can fit them, and that's the joy about.
When we first mentioned this subject, I was scratching my head at first. I don't think I've got any gentleman's knives. And then I looked and I thought, well, hold your horses.
You're such a gentleman, Mikey. You're such a gentleman.
No, it is. It's when you have little challenges like this, and this is sort of thing you should challenge yourself personally. You've seen this tonight. Tomorrow, pick a subject and go and pick 3 of your favorite in that subject you picked, and you'd be amazed how difficult it is to pick 3 knives, and especially with this was ones that you don't show often. So,
I could have literally have shown 30. I took the point of, I knew that at least one of you was going to go and pick a Rosecraft. I thought about it, but you know what? They are absolutely beautiful. But I tried to just not up it, but go more the handmade route.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking, because I could have easily picked 10 Rosecrafts because they look and they are fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, strangely enough,
you know what the W stands for, don't you? Waiting. Waiting.
That's what it is. But I think that's what I wanted to illustrate, though, is that just because you're going all stylish, is that it doesn't necessarily mean huge cost. There's a butt ton of beautiful knives out there for less than £100, less than even 50 quid. And
you could have used that Arthurite clip point that you showed there, like the Moonraker one. That would have been a lovely knife.
Yeah,
absolutely lovely.
Yeah, and it was what, 45 quid or something.
I suppose this is us getting a chance to do a wee bit of flexing in the knives that we appreciate as really high end sort of knives that you'd want to take to a special occasion.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I literally didn't realise how many that I had that I thought that's a nice carry. It did get me thinking. It's made me pick some knives, and I feel sorry for the ones that I didn't pick now.
Yeah,
I mean,
because RCB and they're all beneath you now, you big gentleman. You.
It's when you actually feel. That's when you feel blessed, when you get a topic and you've got 10 knives you can pick for that one knife, for that one space you can pick 10. That's when you know you're pretty blessed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, my slip joint collection is, it's just phenomenal.
Well, let's see another one, Mikey, because we're on to your last one. So show me.
Well, it was a head scratch. I was thinking, like, do I stick with the British? Do I go for the Andy Brock, which I really like as well? do I go for my Shing because it's got the shield and it's in the micarta, and I really love that knife as well? Was I going to go for an Ashley in my Carter as well? And then there was the Sow Belly, which is phenomenal. But you know what? I thought I'd go something different, and just to appreciate something different, because it comes in this softest leather slip I've ever felt, and it's one of my Frenches.
Wow.
Because I just wanted to change it up a bit, and I thought this would make a lovely carry because it's in juniper, so it looks amazing. It looks amazing. It smells fantastic. So you've got talking points there. Then you've got the carved back spring, but then you've got the integral shamrock on there as well, which is part of that back spring. That isn't welded on like the cheap ones. That is one piece of metal carved. And it's got a phenomenal action on it. And a lock up on it. I can thank Elan for basically now getting me. I think I've got 10 French knives now, but this is my pièce de la résistance. This is my favourite.
That is one French knife I would buy now.
Yeah,
it's just phenomenal. So many talking points. It's so smart. It's so pretty. The wood's phenomenal. The workmanship is phenomenal. There's no gapping. It's got a phenomenal action on it. It's snappy. It's got a pull, but that shamrock as well, which they do use a lot in France.
No blade rot.
No blade wrap whatsoever. It's a perfect knife, Stephen.
That's the thing. No blade rot. It's just, and like we were talking about that shape. Ashley does one with a handle that shape.
Yeah.
It's one that I don't like to handle. That it's too bendy. But I don't know. I think that one's not quite as bendy. Would it be?
Not in the hand. No. It's.
But Justin, you've got the other one, haven't you? You've got the.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me get.
It's about the same as the Lanny's, and so in the hand,
yeah,
it's really comfortable because it's a full forearm fingers, but it doesn't get in the way. It acts as like part of the grip or the stop. You know, if you want to pierce and stuff, but it's just. Yeah. But again, you could use it for like a steak knife. It would make a wonderful steak knife.
It is a beautiful blade. Beautiful blade.
It's just something different. No, yours has got a lot more drop on it.
It has.
Yeah, it's sort of drop.
Yeah, yours has got more like drop on it.
And I mean, it's more almost a pistol grip.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, you've got a bulbous end on it.
I think that's the difference. Is the bulbous end makes it acceptable for my eyes.
Yeah. But honestly, what a wonderful knife.
It really is.
It's just got so much work. And again, it's totally handcrafted, which is, I hate to say it, but I'm going down that route now. I really am. I don't want to be that person, but I love them. It's just different level.
You're a little bit extra, but to be honest with you, it's not a huge amount extra.
It's not, no, because a lot of the custom slipworks that I saw at like Blade Show, they were starting at $600.
Yeah.
And I'm talking up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You're not paying anything for these European knives, which are really just as good.
Yeah, all handmade by old traditional craftsmen that have been in factories for centuries doing it.
Yeah,
you can't beat that.
But that profile of it there as well. I think it's just, and it comes in that lovely little slip, and if you just had that in your pocket,
it's beautiful.
It's just
beautiful. And if that doesn't get people talking when you take it out at the table, I don't know what would. I have no idea what would.
Well, if people don't want to talk about that knife when I get it out, I don't want to talk to them.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
They can go away.
Throw the plate away.
Yeah.
Stephen, what's your third one? Mikey, thank you for that. That was beautiful.
Well, my
and a bit of French and a bit of French. So we've been showing off a wee bit of British, a lot of British, and we've got a wee taste of French. What have you got for us now, Stephen?
Well, I've got one that's this is my sort of fantasy escape. This is the knife because I have very few reasons to ever use this knife. So This is the knife that I picked a scenario that I was going to. Now, I had I wanted to go and do a degree. I wanted to get a degree. And in this country, I have no chance because I'm thick. But I found out you can right away to America and you can buy a degree. So I had to decide on what degree that I could put the use of with this knife. Now, I thought about proctology, but
Oh,
it's my fingers are a bit wrecked with rugby breaks, no good for that. So I decided that I would take a completely different route, but on the cutlery side of degrees. So I went and taught myself over video and YouTube how to do circumcision. And this Nick knife is this is for the Paddy Circumcision Board, fully certified. And if you've got any children that need circumcised, bring them to me. And this is the knife. This this is the knife that I'm going to use for it. My most expensive buy. And look at that. What a classy knife to use the end of your little willy. This is the perfect knife for it. I just think it is beautiful. You've got a Damascus blade. You have this is proper ivory. This is genuine ivory. It's a knife that I don't flash about because I know nowadays people are a bit funny, but this came from South Africa before it was illegal. This is an old South African maker called Petersen. And the reason I know that is because he actually signs his work in the back spring at the back. And yeah, it's Petersen. Yeah, Paulsen. Sorry, Paulsen. And I've forgotten his first blooming name. It is, where is it?
I think you made notes. Look at that.
I haven't, no, I've just wrote this name down here so I would never forget it. Willie Paulsen from South Africa is an old maker. He's passed away now. But I just think when I seen this, I'd always wanted ivory or, I wanted something of the past, but I didn't want to buy an illegal one. This is way back in date. So before any of that was illegal. But it is the most gorgeous. White bone is quite nice, but this, if I never get it to show up on this because the grain in this ivory is just beautiful.
Is that a Damascus blade as well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a Damascus blade. It's different in either side. This was hand done by him as well, so it hasn't got exactly the same. It's just hand pounded. I just think this is beautiful.
that is a nice knife.
Stephen, the pattern. What pattern is it?
What pattern? Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. This is.
Stop, Mikey. Sing a song while he tries to remember. It's a Dino.
It's a Dino pattern. Yes, of course it is. It's a Dino pattern. I've got two of them, and I can't remember the blooming names. It's a Dino pattern, which is lovely. Which nearly has like a trapper handle. Something similar, big bolster, and that lovely shape. It's a modified whatever you want it to be. It's a sheep's foot that's got a belly, and it's got a beautiful belly. Just great for nipping the ends off. It just works perfectly. You can get it right down on the board to nip the ends off.
So it's made by Willie, and you want to use it to trim a willy.
They scream a wee bit, but I need to sharpen them sometimes. But I just don't. I like watching the pain. So there we go. That's my last pick, as I'll never be invited.
And that could be our last show as well.
That could definitely be our last show. But I have to say, Stephen, you did it. There is nothing scenario-wise that could ever match that one. You have completely hit the top, or actually, you may have gone to the absolute bottom. I don't think there's anywhere further down.
You said I had to pick something.
You've ticked boxes. You've gone for. I can't even repeat it again, but no. Yes, Sean, I think it definitely would be a modified.
A William.
Right, lads, I'm going to drag this kicking and screaming to a very quick end. And
I haven't heard yours, Justin. We haven't had yours yet.
Yes, I'm coming to it, but I have to say I'm almost reluctant to show mine because it actually comes back. It just comes back to normal. So I'm going to do this very, very quickly. I have nothing to even compare with that. I was just going to pick a standard, bog standard, lovely little knife that is perfectly effective for or perfectly usable in this kind of scenario. It's plain, simple, but elegant. And this is the Lion Steel Jack and Santos wood. And it's a beautiful example. We've talked so far about custom knives and handmade knives. And the Rosecraft in this are two examples of beautifully made production knives that anybody can have. And I mean, this is a very, very good material. The wood is gorgeous on this. It's titanium bolsters and M390 steel, and it is just a cracker. But the thing that I love about it is that it's just so simple and elegant and slim in hand. And as I mean, we were saying earlier, it would make a perfect steak knife. It's just a lovely little knife to carry in your pocket, and it's a cam tank, so it doesn't have a half stop or anything. But the lockup on this thing is unbelievable. It
They
really
are
is.
nice. They're
Yeah.
absolutely stunning. Nice. They're a very what would be the word? They're very sleek, aren't they? They're not super fancy, but they're super classy.
Yeah,
That's it.
Italian. It's like Italian shoes. When you
Yeah,
mention
Yeah.
it's an Italian suit, isn't it? It's an Italian suit.
It
It
is.
fits perfectly. It looks
Yeah.
great, but there's nothing
it's just
It goes
spectacularly
perfect with my Dolce.
outrageous.
You know what I'm talking about? It goes perfect with the Dolce.
Yeah, yeah.
the other thing is
50-50.
I'm surprised at how many knives from around Europe we had in this.
Yeah,
Quite
Yeah.
nice, the different European knives that we chose as our special knives.
yeah.
And around the rest of the world as well, which was, South Africa, America, all of Europe nearly covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting just to see the wide variety.
Well, it has been really good, and somebody mentioned it, and I think might have been Paul Joseph who mentioned that another really nice one that would have been a perfect choice is a Booker Barlow, which is a perfect little fit pocket
Well,
knife.
Yeah.
I nearly put in as a production knife this broker knife. Just because I thought it was so sleek and it just looked
Yeah.
great, I thought that would be an awesome. But I thought it looked a little bit stabby.
Yes, and
But
that's another consideration because it is that kind of for the sheeple out there. It is that
Well,
kind of
quite
consideration
a few of the weddings that I've been to have ended up in a fight, so it might come in handy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very, very
So what was
cool.
our little extra one at the end?
And for Stephen's benefit, and because we're an hour and 17 minutes into this, we're well over.
Oh dear, we'll just leave it during it another time.
Oh, okay, Stephen. If you insist, get stuffed. I will have my revenge in this show or the next.
Remember proctology.
Use that finger, didn't he?
That's his postgraduate study.
And he's got a degree.
So, yes, the challenge, as some of you may have realized, was, and Mark's ahead of the game here.
Mark, spot on.
It was spot on. He picked out up this earlier on. Was that, to be honest, when it comes down to choosing a knife to carry to a wedding, I would never go without a sack. I would have a Swiss Army knife, one of those, and usually an Alox one, and I would always have one at one of these formal occasions. And I'll come around to mine and finish it off for that, but I'm going to go over to Mikey first for his choice. This was specifically Stephen made the foolish mistake of saying, and because I came up with this topic, and then he said to me at the end of it, and think of a wee surprise at the end. What would you think of a wee surprise? When I said, okay, then you have to bring a sack. Oh, you should have seen the look on his face. It looks pretty much like he's looking now.
Yeah, I think I might doctor myself.
If I was going to go for a nice sack, it would have been an Alox. Normally, it would have been like for the longest time. It would have been one of the red ones, or the black ones, or the blue ones, because I've got quite a few in there. But recently, I've been getting into custom ones, and one of the ones that was a gift from Slip Joint to Sawyer was an 84mm Kieranite pinned.
Very nice.
And this was one of the slip joint sire Blade Bridge custom Sharp Show specials that was done for last year. And so I'm thinking now that the 84mm or even the 74mm would be a great little carry in your pocket. This one is just it's got exposed pins, which I absolutely love on a sack. I think that's a real nice touch.
And that mirror polish is to die for. It really is.
And that Kieranite as well just looks great. So yeah,
that's the nicest sack I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Would somebody please put the quote in the chat, please?
But that's the nicest sack I've ever seen. That looks lovely.
Doesn't it look
different? But I mean, it's beautiful looking knife.
Doesn't it look different? And you'll be glad to know, Stephen, that it's got 2 blades on it.
Well, you would need 2 because one won't last you.
Yeah.
You'll have to cut the other sandwich.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my pick. The 84mm Blade Bridge slip joint sire custom.
Well, I hate scanning it, but I think that is the prettiest slip sack I've ever seen.
Thank you.
I think
don't cut it with your spade blade.
Did Dan build them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just perfection.
Yeah.
Right, Stephen, you're up. What's yours? Thank you, Mikey. That was a
show us your sack, Stephen.
Yeah, and I'm going to do this with honesty. I picked this one because this one is genuinely one of the most useful 5th pocket knives that I have. Now, that is a big statement coming from me, who really, I do like sacks. Let's be honest, I have a bloody cup drawer full of them. But this is one that I do use and carry on a regular basis for really one specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gentleman's knife. And a gentleman's knife used to be one that had multi-blades that were used usually for your fingernails or, cut manicuring, anything like that. That was the initial thing that a gentleman knife was.
Yep.
And this, and Justin will tell you exactly what size this is and all that. This is the executive.
74mm.
74mm executive. It'll go in your 5th pocket. It'll go in any part of your pocket. But this has got the perfect gentleman tools. And if you're at a wedding and you want to, clean your nails out, this is just the best nail cleaner in the business. Look at that. And then on the other side, you have that beautiful file. Oh, it's gone right through it. You have that beautiful file to do anything to your nails. And I never bite my nails, so I constantly have to clean them because I like having a bit of nail on me. It has
Stephen, just before you go on with that one, can I just point out, and while I know I'll get called up for infringement of health and safety and all that, especially food hygiene, that nail thing is a really good thing for spearing olives. So it is.
Oh,
it's like it's like the ultimate cocktail stick.
Well, I actually use it for cleaning my ears, so the olives might be a bit of a problem because it's one of the best earwax getters.
Olives taste a bit waxy, don't they? So it's fine.
Well, yeah. Adds anything to add to the flavor.
Yeah, and it has the loveliest little pair of scissors that if I wore a skirt and frayed or whatever, yes, it would be great for. But it's just it's such a useful little knife, and although it's a small blade, it's actually what is it? It's got a 1 3/4 cutting edge, so it's a small blade, but my God, it'll do more than what the size of it is. Won't do it. It won't do it for very long, but it'll do it. You know what I mean? And then what everybody needs, and what this is what Victorinox are so good at: inventing a tool that nobody ever bloody uses. We have the grapefruit peeler. What the fucking hell would you put a grapefruit peeler in a knife in the modern 21st century? That just baffles me what that is there for. I still have not found anything that I want to use it for. It's a little screwdriver at the end of it, which is useful, but take this nonsense off the front. And just
One
give them
day you'll find a job and it'll be perfect for that tool.
Well, do you want to know something? I'm not even going to bother looking because I just don't see the point. This is the screwdriver is a little technician screwdriver, which is definitely useful. And I think by itself it would have been great. And then on the front of it, you have another little small blade so you can cut the other sandwich after you've blunted your first one. This is, I just think genuinely, all the Mickey taken in the world, this, apart from the grapefruit thing that they added on just to fill a space up, is a fantastic option. So
Yeah.
that's my gentleman's
Good
sack.
choice. Brilliant
Good,
choice.
good
Stephen.
choice.
Brilliant
Judd.
choice.
Judd, the sack
Shall I
man
tell you
cometh.
something? There's going to be a huge amount of. I think I'm going to surprise you all here.
This is your time to shine, Judd. You have been the long-standing sack man, haven't you?
Yes, and I'm going simple because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break all the rules of
You,
sackness.
you can't go much more simple than Stephen.
Oh, I can, and I'm going to shock the hell out of you because
Go.
you know what my knife, my sack does not have.
Scissors.
It doesn't have scissors.
It doesn't have scissors.
Well, I'll blow you away. Good gosh.
Not if my wife has anything to say about it.
You've got
My
that.
choice, Mikey,
Mm-hmm.
is Alux in red, and it is super slim.
Ah,
It
the
is a
Bantam.
Bantam. I have
Bantam
gone for a
Alox.
Bantam. And I'll tell you the reasoning for it. First of all, it's 84 mil, so it is absolutely perfect as a fifth pocket dropper. It is the perfect size. It'll even go into your wallet.
It's a blade and a bottle opener, isn't it? It's a blade and a bottle opener.
Which is the perfect combination for a wedding.
Absolutely.
What else do you need?
You can get into a fight and then open your beer.
Do you know why you don't need scissors? Because you've got a knife.
Yes, converted on camera, on video.
Stephen was right all these years.
This is a special edition. I think it's a 500-year celebration one, and it is an absolute cracker wee knife. So it's got the 84 millimeter blade, and it's got the combo tool, which is for my money, the single best bottle opener in life. You can take your twisted assisted barkeep and you can stick it up your fawn jersey. Still not as good as this. Okay, this is the best social occasion knife to have because you can use it, you can carry it. It weighs nothing. I think it weighs something like 84 grams or something like that. You can hand it to small children, as somebody said, and they will not hurt themselves.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what? I think the Bantam is one of the most underrated Victorinoxes ever because it's so basic, people overlook it. You don't need 1,000 tools.
No, I agree. Absolutely agree.
It's lightweight, it's slim, it can go in a top pocket.
Yep.
It can go in a watch pocket.
Exactly. For me, take the bottle opener off it, and it's a perfect little knife.
Yeah. Well, no, because
that's the soldier, isn't it? Like the soldier one.
For these occasions, because let me tell you, I carry a bottle opener because I drink a lot of bottled beer, and I mean, if I'm at a wedding, I do not want to be stuck because at weddings they overcharge at the bar, so I have the sink back in my room
full of cold beer.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
it's a perfect plan.
See, I've been to a wedding or two in my time, Mikey.
It's a wonderful little Victorinox because it's a blade and it's a bottle opener and a flat-bladed screwdriver, and you don't even know that you're carrying it.
There you go. Perfect.
As long as you carry a real knife with you.
Well, of course.
Well, this is the backup. This is your secondary. That's the whole point about bringing it. See?
None of us would go anywhere with only one knife, would we? We've not done it for a long, long time.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
One is none.
Good choice, Justin.
Yeah. Good choice.
I think
good choice, Mikey. This will never happen on this show again. Thank you very much. Good night, Alox. Swiss Army knives and things.
Do you know what? I think it's been wonderful collections. I think
Yeah.
you've all picked
Yeah,
fantastic knives. I would happily own any of the knives that have been shown
Yeah.
tonight. Happily.
I have to say yes.
So if you
I've
send them
enjoyed
to
this
me
one.
at Mike Newman,
Folks, thank you very much for joining us. We are an hour and a half into this.
this went well. This went really well tonight.
Yeah,
It's a
it
great one.
worked really well, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Thank you very much for joining us. We've got 52 people in now
Still
at the end of
fantastic.
it.
Thank you. Please hit
Thank
the
you
like
very
button on the
much.
way out. Makes us such a big difference. And it's Mikey's choice next week. So we'll let you know next week what the choice will be.
Take it
Awesome.
easy, folks. All the